some. But one of the things that jumped out to me over the last 10 to 11 days was that NFL executives, coaches, and scouts, many of them through the years have been very helpful to me in learning this game and sourcing this game, release their top 10 quarterbacks. So this is the people that draft them, the people that coach them, the people that select them, the people that scout them, and it went in this order. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Goff, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. And I almost reached out to J-Mac, but I didn't want to get him all riled up. That's about as close to my list as you can get. Now, believe it or not, you're probably saying, well, what about Baker Mayfield? Well, after a second good year in Tampa, he's closer to 10 than 15. I probably go C.J. Stroud at 10 because his size and accuracy, but he didn't have a great year. A lot of that was his receivers all got hurt. His left tackle didn't play well, but none of this bothers me. Now, the reaction on Jalen Hurts, who, wins the Super Bowl being 9, was predictable by his coach, Nick Sirianni, that said, this is a bunch of nonsense. I can't believe it. And that's what a coach should do. But here are 3 undeniable truths. Take a deep breath. According to PFF, the Eagles' offense was top 10 in everything: pass blocking, run blocking, rushing, receiving. Yet they were 21st in actually passing. Jalen Hurts is responsible for that. Oh, by the way, 11 of his 32 total touchdowns came on rushes of 1 or fewer yards. Take out the tush push, he had the same number of touchdowns as Bryce Young. And number 3, after a week 5 bye and a philosophical reset by the OC, they passed the ball less than any team in the NFL at 24 times a game.
Wow. Okay. Whoa. Almost dropped my computer and mic. You know what's so funny? I'm at this point, I'm just kind of making the same video again and again and again. And I really do try my best to try to figure out different ways to have these conversations. I do. And I think I do a decent enough job. I try my best. That's all I ask of anyone. Just try your best. I just think it's so remarkable that one we want to take away. Let's just start with the low-hanging fruit. 11 of Hurts's touchdowns, or, last season, 11 of Hurts's touchdowns came on rushes of 1 or fewer yards. We want to take away something that Jalen Hurts does great that even Josh Allen struggled to do, because he actually just fundamentally did it wrong. He did it incorrectly. He was bad at actually finding where to go, and I think it might have been Romo. It was someone that really kind of explained how Jalen Hurts does it instead of Josh Allen. And we would just want to act like it's just like easy touchdowns. Easy touchdowns. And again, I asked the question though, then why don't other quarterbacks have this? And if you want to say the O-line, you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles O-line, dude. I've been over this so many times. Okay. The Denver Broncos had a better O-line. The Kansas City Chiefs had a 1% difference in 2022. The Kansas City Chiefs had a 75% pass block win rate. 75%. The Philadelphia Eagles in 24 had a 67%. So we can stop pretending like this is just Jalen Hurts just behind this. Be behind this just tank of a team, and he has to do nothing. And they had the 21st ranked passing offense because they were a run-first team. That's okay. With Jalen Hurts being a leading rusher in the NFL, take away his touchdowns. He was still top in the NFL in rushing yards. It's really ridiculous. It really is. And when Saquon Barkley couldn't rush or get his run game going, Jalen Hurts still succeeded. He still elevated the team and won. It is such a cartoonish take at this point. It really is. And it's shocking the team that kept winning after the bye game after game after game after game after game after game didn't have to keep throwing the ball. And that's a problem. Also, look at things that are situational. Okay? Look at the passing 3rd down conversions from Jalen Hurts. The passing 4th down conversions from Jalen Hurts. Look at what they asked him to do. Because there's this whole idea, a philosophical reset after the bye. Then why, in the biggest moments, the most important moments throughout the entire season, they asked Jalen Hurts to throw the ball? why, when they needed to close out a game against the Packers, against the Falcons, against the Saints, in the NFC Championship game, closing out the half 2-point game, 3rd and long, 4th and 4, or whatever it was, why did they consistently put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and he consistently stepped up and made the plays? Why? Why is that? Why is it that we only want to talk about, again, nothing but the passing? Offense, because you want to use PFF now. Like, this is where we want to be convenient. We want to use PFF's rankings of all of these things. PF gave him the 21st ranked offense and the this ranked that. Okay. Well, let's stick with PFF. Jalen Hurts top 5. Jalen Hurts is top 5. Over the past 3 seasons, his 91.5 overall grade ranks 5th among all quarterbacks, because PFF actually looks at everything, not just a narrow metric. So if we want to use PFF as this, they were the 21st ranked passing offense. But what about Jalen Hurts' collective offensive rating, those top 5? Seems to me that means he elevates offenses? Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. You also realize that Jalen Hurts got injured. You also realize that A.J. Brown got injured. You also realize that Devontae Smith was injured. You also realize that his wide receiver 1 and 2 missed games. Do we understand that? I don't understand what we don't understand. I mean, it's just kind of bonkers to me because, I went through this in a previous video. You know who was asked to throw the ball a lot in a bunch of games? Matthew Stafford. And you know who lost a lot of those games? Matthew Stafford. So Matthew Stafford doesn't get the hit for throwing a lot and losing the games, but Jalen Hurts gets a hit for not throwing as much but winning the games and also contributing top in the NFL in rushing yards. Does that make sense? I mean, really? And you want to talk about Bryce Young? Okay, go. Let's go see Bryce Young do the tush push. You go do that with Bryce Young. You let me know how that works out for him. Okay. And I got news for you, bro. When we're talking about passing concepts and screen passes, Jalen Hurts' offense, especially in 24, is consistently ranked low. This is how he had 108 yards off of screen passes. Okay, that matters. 32 attempts. Whereas you have other quarterbacks who get to boost up their numbers. Baker Mayfield, 695 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 423 yards. 83 attempts, 72 completions, 86.7% completion percentage. Don't you think that helps boost your numbers? Your passing game numbers? I'd say so. Nice little boost on passer rating that Jalen Hurts does not benefit from. Jalen Hurts had 203 yards that came from behind the line of scrimmage, 46 attempts. Baker Mayfield had 783, 114 attempts. Jared Goff, 97,690. Bo Nix, 128. Patrick Mahomes, 124, 645 yards. All of these things are such easy money for these quarterbacks. Josh Allen finally got some support back there. 644 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, this is what just, boosts you up big time. Something that Jalen Hurts does not benefit from in 2022 when Jalen Hurts had his best offensive coordinator. Top 14, 357 yards. Would have been a little bit more too, but he missed 2 games. Safe to say he could have been top 10. Still low, 69 attempts, still not their style of offense, and still doesn't get the benefit of a feast. Patrick Mahomes got 9 touchdowns coming from behind the line of scrimmage where Jalen Hurts only has 1. But still, nice little boost. And then on screen passes, Jalen Hurts was top 8 in 2022 again when he had his best offensive coordinator. So, do you think coaching impacts how successful a passing game is? Or is it just all 100% on the quarterback? Because again, Patrick Mahomes is number 1 in the NFL. 5 touchdowns, 565 yards on. Screen passes, I mean, what do you think? Is it just all the quarterback? 100% the quarterback? That's weird. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I mean, it's just, again, it's... Oh my gosh, I mean, when you look at this list, like, I love how we're trying to take away what he does with his legs. I mean, that's actually pretty breathtaking. What does Jared Goff do with his legs? Nothing. What does Justin Herbert do with his legs? Not a lot. What does Matthew Stafford do with his legs? Not so much. So, this is what they desperately want to see again with Jalen Hurts in a clean pocket. He threw for 3.14 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions in 2022, and a 73% completion percentage. But now, when in a clean pocket, he's only thrown for 2,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Even though he's top in the NFL in yards per attempt, top in the NFL with completion percentage. Still things going up, but a little bit less of an aggressive attack even when in a clean pocket. And it's seen as such a negative because he doesn't have the 30 touchdowns. You know, he doesn't have the 3,000 yards, even though he's shown more than capable of doing that. But you would think that it's a little bit easier to consistently do that when you actually have some continuity at the coaching position, at the, you know, from a coaching standpoint with a consistent offensive coordinator. You would think, right, that would be kind of beneficial. Also totally goes away from the fact that sometimes in a clean pocket, sometimes when people aren't open, Jalen Hurts takes off with his legs, as I showed you in the previous clip of Mark Sanchez breaking it down a play in the Super Bowl where there was a lane for him to run, and he talked about how Stafford, Manning, Brady, they would all make this really tough, contested, tight window throw to where Dallas was. That would have been like a 4 or 5 yard pickup just at the first down marker. Maybe first down, maybe not even caught. But with Jalen Hurts, he's able to take off and get a 16-yard pickup and a first down and not seen as bad because it's not passing. You understand? I mean, it's just kind of absurd. And has a third best passer rating. Like him playing incredibly efficient and clean and smooth is somehow seen as a bad thing. And it just doesn't quite make sense. Doesn't quite make sense. They'd rather him put up better and, you know, bigger, larger numbers, but yet, I guess, throw more interceptions, have more incompletions, lose more games. I can't make sense of it. And, you know, what's also really funny, Colin rips the execs and coaches and scouts all the time. I mean, he talks about this where he's just like, there's a reason why the best teams in the NFL are cons. You know, why it's the same teams consistently year after year after year are the best teams in the, you know, are consistently great teams, and the bad teams are consistently bad. He talks about that all the time. And he also talks about how the Philadelphia Eagles are an unbelievably well-run team, and they picked Jalen Hurts. Who do you think built and made these moves to get, oh, I thought he said it here. You know, the O-line, the defense, what, you know, whatever it may be, the weapons. Like who do you think went out and made that happen? The Philadelphia Eagles. Who went out and got Jalen Hurts? Oh, the Eagles. Who went out and paid Jalen Hurts? Oh, the Eagles. Does that not matter then? They're amazing at evaluating everything else. Everything else except for apparently head coach and quarterback. That's their one blind spot that they just can't seem to figure out. They really know corners. By golly, do they know interior linemen? They just don't know anything about head coaches and quarterbacks. But they're great at coordinators. They know how to find a great offensive coordinator, but nothing else. Like, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do you think Jalen Hurts would be a better thrower of the ball and have a more efficient pass game if he got to have Sean McVay for like 4 years or Andy Reid for 4 or 5 years? Do you think there would be any benefit in that? Do we often see like kind of wonky, inconsistent passing from various quarterbacks when they get new head coaches, new coordinators? Justin Herbert, beautiful throw over the ball. Have things been a little inconsistent with his coaching tree and coordinating? Yeah. How much did Matthew Stafford win in Detroit? Not a lot. How much did he win with Sean McVay? A lot. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much, Philadelphia Eagles. Seriously, man, I really do. I just got to say thank you so much. I predicted I said that when if the Philadelphia Eagles could win and beat the Kansas City Chiefs, there would be this restoration of sports talk. And it wouldn't just be this like 247 nonstop Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, other amazing. And it would have just, I really believe that they won on it just would have ruined any conversation moving forward, because no matter what you said, no matter what you brought up about, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, It wouldn't matter. It just would have been Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas City. And it just would have been the most boring thing ever. And it wouldn't have even been like rooted in reality. And now with the Philadelphia Eagles winning, we restored bounds. We can have like more real conversations in sports. And even conversations like this are so valuable and are so fascinating. If the Buffalo Bills won the Super Bowl, if the Washington Commanders won the Super Bowl, if the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl, if the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, if any other team but the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl, we wouldn't get such beautiful, awesome content this offseason. It would just be like, is Josh Allen set to be the best quarterback in the NFL? Is Jaden Daniels going to be the best quarterback in the NFL? Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL. Matthew Stafford, Hall of Famer, two-time Super Bowl winner. Lamar Jackson, best quarterback in the NFL. Jalen Hurts, not so good. And let's talk about it every single day and come up with different reasons to try to undercut his greatness. Thank you. I mean, it's the middle of July. There's not a lot. Aren't all the holidays done now? I'm pretty sure we don't got anything else to look forward. There's like nothing else to look forward to at this point except for football season. You got all these guys going on vacation for like 12 days. Nick Wright's gone. Brew's gone. Wild's gone. I haven't seen Stephen A. Smith in like a month. Everyone's on vacation, just chilling, doing whatever. And we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who gave us one of the greatest playoff runs of all time. One of the greatest Super Bowl performances of all time. One of the greatest NFC or just conference championship games of all time. And now they're giving us one of the greatest off seasons of all time. Thank you so much. We are so indebted to you, Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you, Jeffrey Lurie. Thank you, Harry Roseman. Thank you, Nick Sirianni. Thank you, A.J. Brown. Thank you, Devontae. Thank you, Kellen Moore. Thank you, Fangio. Thank you, Cooper Dean. Thank you, Lane Johnson. Thank you, Jordan Mailata. Thank you. Should I thank Jalen Hurts? I don't know. Is he worth it? Let me know in the comments below if he should deserves any thanks for the Philadelphia Eagles winning. I got so many Jalen Hurts videos and Philadelphia Eagles videos that I've recorded that like I can't post them all at the same time. Like, you know, like it's just, but everyone's just, and you know, that's what's so funny. This will be my last thing. Sometimes people will call me like, why are you making so many Eagles videos or Jalen Hurts videos? It's like they're talking about it. I'm not just making this, I'm not like randomly bringing this up right now. Like they're the ones that are talking about it. They're the ones that are talking about it. Certainly better than us comparing Patrick Mahomes to Secretariat. I know that, right? Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Jalen Hurts is just not that deserving of credit. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. It's something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.